everybody, it's Quinn. I am another part of the Teacup Brigade, and Bassie tagged me in the newbie Booktube tag, or the Booktube Newbie tag. I think that's actually what it's called, and I've linked it below in case you missed it. So let's get started. Alright, number 1, why did you start this channel? I got into Booktube only a few months ago, actually. And I was like, that looks fun, I want to do that, but I want to do it with my best friends who I don't see very often. So I messaged them and was like, do you guys want to do this? And they were like, yeah. I was like, cool. And but then we had to wait a few months because of life, you know how it goes. And but then YouTube took that original account down. Bassie talks about it, but yeah, they took it down because of nudity and sexual content. We had one video of our other friend talking about her top 5 favorite books, and there was no sex, no nudity, nothing. So we appealed it and they just never got back to us. So we started this channel. Number 2, what fun and unique things can I bring to Booktube? So Bassie talked about this a little bit, and she said that the Booktube conversation is primarily science fiction and fantasy, and I've noticed that as well. And I've also noticed that it's a lot of YA, and I love YA and I love science fiction and fantasy, but I also read adult contemporary, horror, classics, comic books, so I want to talk about those as well. I've noticed those conversations about those kinds of genres are few and far between, so I just am looking forward to adding to those genres. Number 3, what am I most excited for about this channel? Well, like I said, I'm excited to be talking about genres that people may not be talking about as much. I know they're happening, I just can't find a lot of them. And then I'm also excited to meet people because I really just want to give people like Haley in Bookland a hug. I want to meet her and give her a hug. And then move on. 4, why do I love reading? And that is the question of the century, really. I've been reading for as long as I can remember, maybe even longer. I've always loved reading. Lately, I've loved reading because, well, first of all, it provides an escape, which is a fairly standard answer I've found for most readers. And then, nothing is more satisfying than finishing a good book and then, like, getting this buzz in your head. Like, I get that sometimes. Like, when I read Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell, oh my gosh, that was a rough read for a while, but by the time I finished it, so satisfying. And I got that buzz in my head. It's like a high. It's a natural high. Can I say that on Booktube? I hope so. But a more recent read is The Lonely Hearts Hotel by Heather O'Neill. It's a contemporary, and same deal. Finished it and got that high, and it was great. I also love reading because I like learning about other people's backgrounds other than my own. It's always cool to hear about other people's lives and experiences and cultures. I'm hoping it helps broaden my perspective in the long run. So number 5 is what book or series got you into reading, and really that's hard for me to pinpoint. I remember in kindergarten there was a book about germs, and there was a germ that was drawn to look like a hammer, and there were just germs like that, like regular everyday things, and so for a long time that's what I thought germs looked like. But that book sticks out in my mind. There's a book called Dinosaur Pizza. Hi, cat. This is Flash. He'll be interrupting my videos a lot, probably. Dinosaur Pizza. Dinosaur Pizza is about this girl who's obsessed with dinosaurs, and then she moves to a new school, and she has a hard time finding friends until she makes something called Dinosaur Pizza. It's not dinosaur meat, in case you were worried about that. That book stands out in my mind. And then also books Magic Tree House, Animorphs, Babysitter's Club, Ramona Quimby. There's a book called Badger Claws of Ojai that I really liked. Little House on the Prairie, that series, that's what I call the series. I don't really know what the series is actually called. But I read most of them. Series of Unfortunate Events, that was a big one. Harry Potter. The fact that my cat's awake now makes it very difficult. He's very distracting because I love him. I love him. Anyway, number 6. What questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? I don't know if I'd ask them anything. I don't know. I just want to give them a hug. That's it. Number 7. What challenges do I think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Posting on time, like what Bassie said. I think that'll be a big one. I don't get to read as much as I like to, so it's hard. I'm worried that because of that I won't be able to generate a lot of material, but I guess that's why there's things like booktube tags and top 5s and book hauls and stuff like that, so maybe I can make it work. I think I can. Number 8, where do I read? I read anywhere I can. One of my favorite places to read is at coffee shops. So I like to go to coffee shops and just read and drink coffee or tea. I know this is the Teacup Brigade. I like coffee, I also like tea. I don't feel the need to choose between the two. I like them both. But anyway, I also read in bed. I'll even go to friends' houses and read, because, like, they'll be like, come over, but then they'll just be, like, playing video games. Like, I have a friend who's constantly playing Kingdom Hearts, and I'll go over and he'll be playing Kingdom Hearts, and I'll just read while he plays Kingdom Hearts, and it works out wonderfully. Number 9, what kind of books do you read? And I kind of answered this already. I'll read most anything. I really like contemporary and classics, horror. Comic books, I'm really into comic books right now, and I've been reading a lot of comedians' memoirs lately because I would like to be a comedian, so I'm like going, what does Tig Notaro do? Like, how does she do it? Or Amy Poehler, what's her story? And so those have been great. I guess what don't I read would be a better question, but I've learned that when I say I'm never going to listen to X or watch Y, like, or read Z, like, the second I give it the chance, the second I realize it's not that bad. But right now I'm not into romance or westerns. No. Or contemporary mystery, I'm not too big into that either. Like, I'll do Sherlock Holmes, but that's not contemporary, that's classics. I haven't read any contemporary mysteries. The closest I've gotten is to James Patterson's Zoo, and that's not really even a mystery. It's more like sci-fi thriller. And it was okay. It was an easy read, but it was okay. Another thing I'm reading a lot of right now, just a side note, is a lot of things that have to do with the circus. I'm writing a story that has to do with the circus, so I'm like, alright, how has this conversation gone in the past? What do people write about? How is the circus portrayed? What tone is it? And that's the end of this video. I've been Quinn. I've linked Bassie's video below, which she tagged me in, and I've also linked all my social media below if you want to follow me. My name's not actually Quinn. The Quinn thing's for the fun of the channel, and it's not for anything for me other than that. And also, I've linked this guy's social media below, because he has an Instagram. So if you want almost daily pictures of that one, you can follow him on Instagram, and it'll be linked below. I'll see you guys later. Bye. This is Flash. Say hello, Flash. Huh? No? Okay. Look at this boy. Oh my goodness. Oh.